Returned home early to see my parents packing up my things to help me move into a studio while I came home early from work and caught my parents packing up my things. They were helping me move into a tiny studio apartment so my brother and his pregnant wife could live in my house. You don't need that much space, they laughed. I smiled and called the police. Let me back up. I'm 35, single, deputy CEO at a sports nutrition company. And yeah, I live alone in a beautiful 4-bedroom home that I paid for with 13 years of blood, sweat, and corporate tears. My younger brother got married last year. I gave them $15,000 as a wedding gift, helped cover their utilities. Smiled through every "when are you settling down" jab at family dinners. Then came the comments. His wife would sigh at dinner and say things like, "It must be nice to have so much space," while cutting her chicken. My parents would nod like it was gospel. Then they dropped the real bomb. She was pregnant. I was happy for them, honestly. Until Sarah turned to me and said, "You live alone in that big house. We're crammed into a studio. It's not fair." My mom backed her up. "You need to act like a real sister." And then my dad said it straight out. "You should give them your house. You can live in their studio." I laughed. Out loud, I said no. A hard no. I reminded them I paid for my house, that I earned every inch of it. Then came the guilt parade. "You're just an old maid," my dad said. "You don't need space if you're not having kids," said my mom. "You're being greedy," my brother added. Greedy? I paid their bills. I helped with their wedding. And I'm greedy? I left that dinner with my dignity intact and went back to the home I built. For the next few days, the calls poured in. "You're tearing this family apart. You'll regret this. Sarah's health is suffering from your selfishness." They even sent me ultrasound photos and Bible verses. I ignored every single one. Then one Friday, I got sick at work, left early, pulled into my driveway, and saw a moving truck. My parents' car was parked behind it. I rushed inside and found them packing my things. My dad was boxing up my books. My mom was wrapping my dishes. They told me calmly that they were helping me move, that I didn't need all this space. I told them to stop. They didn't. So I went upstairs and called the police. When the officers arrived, I calmly told them, "These people broke into my house and are stealing my belongings." My parents screamed. My dad tried to push past an officer, and that's how they both got arrested, in my living room. They begged me to drop the charges. I didn't. A few days later, I got a letter. Handwritten, fancy stationery. "We've decided to disown you," it said. "You chose a house over your family." It was signed former mother. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I felt free. 6 months later, I heard they sold both their properties to buy 2 small places. One for themselves, one for my brother's new family.